when I started painting, when I started with the hobby of like painting minis in general, about 1 year ago, I was really happy with all of that and having my brushes here, and I spent like a lot with the buying the paints, buying the brushes, and yeah, I was having a cool time. But once I started watching videos about it, and I saw people using airbrushing, like using their airbrushes to
Airbrush with theirs.
for me, it was something that I thought it was gonna be like, oh my god, this is so good, this is the solution to all my problems. And I'm here to talk a little bit more about it because now 1 year after, I have my own airbrush, and it's not as easy and life-changing as I expected. Still good, still a very good tool to have, especially if you want to be like more professional, however you want to say, like you don't need to work with that, but if you want like better results, there's like many good uses for airbrushes. But there are some major points that like let me down because I had like really high hopes for it, and we're gonna talk about it now. So if you like, please don't forget to share, subscribe, and like, so we can keep doing those cool videos for you guys. About 1 month ago, I was scrolling through Facebook Market looking for an airbrush, and I found a really good deal. And this is the model of my airbrush. And I don't really know if a little bit of it is default, like this model, I don't know if it's a good one or not. Usually they have their triggers on top here to control and everything, and this one has a trigger down, so I don't know if that is bad or not. Anyways, this is the one that I have. I know the Iwata is a good brand. So yeah, I got this. It was not new, it was used. I don't know if there were any changes throughout the time that the guy was using it or not. But anyways, this was the one that I got. It looked okay. The guy tested it in front of me, so I decided, okay, why not? It's like half the price. I'm gonna take it and see how it goes. One of the main things that I wanted to do with this airbrush was to prime my miniatures, because we recently bought a 3D printer, and I wanted to be able to prime them like fast and a bunch of at a time, and not really having to go outside. Like I live in Canada, it gets really cold, I don't want to go outside with my can, and also the can is not very precise, you know. There's also the option of priming with the brush, but I find it not very consistent. So I got it. One of the main things was for priming, and it worked super well. I really liked the results. It was super fast. My only complaint about it was because my resin and my primer are a similar shade of gray, so sometimes if I don't have enough light on the room and the thing is still wet, I don't really know if I primed everything properly or not, because it's not very easy to distinguish. But other than that, it was amazing. It was fast. I could like open a lot the valve and send a lot of primer at once and cover everything fast at a good distance. And yeah, it was fine. It was nice. I think I started having more problems once I was using it to do like painting itself, like putting the colors on that. So every time I was trying to be a little more precise and close a little bit the valve so less air comes through, right? It was giving me trouble. Like it would clog very easily. And I think that might have been because of the way that I'm using, or the way that the guy sent me. Maybe he didn't send me with the original pieces, and anyway, something like that. And I was having like constant clogging problems, even following like YouTube videos and tutorials like, oh, do this to avoid clogging, do that to avoid clogging. It would still clog if you try to go like a few minutes without stopping. At least in my case, it was just a few minutes. Like, I don't know, not even 5 minutes, it was clogging already. But maybe, I don't know, maybe there are some people or some other models that you go for like 1 hour or more without having this problem. So clogging was the thing that annoyed me the most. So from all the things that I got like more disappointed about the airbrush, clogging was definitely, you know, like high on that list. It was really annoying to deal with it. In the beginning, I was just like opening more, so more paint would come out, but then that would end up like ruining my miniature, or would end up like clogging as well, and then I have a bigger problem, and then I have to take all the pieces clean and everything to unclog it. A pain in the ass, actually. But it's not just this reason. Some other reasons is airbrushing is slower than using a regular brush when you want to change colors. So of course, if you want to just do like one color, airbrushing is going to be much faster. It's going to cover everything super fast. But when you need to be changing colors, when you have a brush, you're just going to dip it in the water and dip it in another color, and there you go. For the airbrush, you need to carefully remove the other color. If you maybe you need to put it back in the bottle, but it's so hard to put back in the bottle, so usually you just want to like always keep only a little bit of paint, and then at the end you just get rid of the leftovers inside of the thing, so you also have like a little bit of waste of paint if you do it that way. But it's a little faster, and it doesn't give you trouble of like trying to put back in the bottle, because it's like really hard. So yeah, you need to take it all off the old one. You need to clean it properly, especially if you don't want contamination. Maybe you want like a shade that is in between those two colors, so it's fine. You just kind of take whatever you can from the top, and then you put the other one, and then you just have like a mixed color to do like a shading, to do like a progression. But most cases you just want to use a completely different color. You have to clean it really well so it doesn't have any contamination, and it doesn't make the thing like a color that you don't want, basically. So, and now imagine like one miniature, you can have 5-10 different colors and details and things like that. I know that, okay, maybe let's say you're gonna use like 3 colors for those bases, and then you're gonna go to the brush and do like fine details, because like let's say you don't have like a super good top of the line airbrush and you just want to do the base in the first layer of color. It's fine, like you can do like 3 colors. Maybe you have a bunch of miniatures with the same 3 colors, and then you're gonna get the airbrush and do that like everything together. I think that is like one of the best ways to do it. But anyway, my experience was really bad, especially because of the clogging. So I'll start using one color and then it clogs, and then I have to change it again. So everything, like when you packs up together, it becomes a really frustrating experience for me. It's not that magical little tool that I thought it was, that you just pick it and you spray it and it's done. It's also hard to control, actually, like to know exactly where the thing is going. I especially have a problem because I'm left-handed, so I use the airbrush with my left hand, but my left eye is a lazy eye, so I don't really see very well with this eye. It's like a blur. So when I try to align, and then I put the brush, and then I put like more or less the line of my eye, it doesn't work because his eye doesn't see very well. I cannot see the details or anything like that. So I don't have that like depth perception that is very good. So that was also like felt extra hard to use it and really, you know, point at the parts where I wanted. It still has its uses. Still, I admit there's like a lot of these that is like my fault. I bought one that is used. I don't know if the pieces are original. I don't know if my model is a good model for miniature painting, because I know the airbrush is also used for other stuff like makeup stuff, etc. So yeah, I think that's my experience overall. So I know I said a lot of like bad things, but I really do understand why people love it and why people use it so much, and why you see so many videos talking about airbrushing. It is a very handy tool that can help you in many situations. Maybe for me in my specific situation, the way that I'm doing right now, is not gonna work the way that I thought, but I'm pretty sure I can still figure it out and make it better. So if you guys have any tips and tricks of how I can improve that, yes, please let me know. And also let me know your experiences with airbrushing. Was it as good as you expected once you, like the first time that you bought it? Do you want to buy one? Are you looking for good prices or good models? Please let me know down in the comments, and see you in the next video.